This is where the fun begins.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rancor Lug podcast. This is most likely the episode 3. So we have Cosmic back again because we're going to talk with him because it's one of the only times he can manage right now. But we are going to talk about a lot. At first, we thought we were just going to talk about one thing, but he wants to talk about a few different things. So, Cosmic, I think, we need to start it off with a good thing. I want to get your opinion on some stuff. What do you think about this rumor right here, the $1,000 Death Star, Cosmic?
Oh my goodness, not this again. No, this has
No,
been like my nightmare. Like my nightmare is coming true, like for Lego, if I'm honest. Because like if you look at like the comparison of what you're getting for this Death Star compared to the other Death Stars and the price change and everything, it's just I don't think it's worth it. Unless you're a collector maybe and you have the money. But otherwise I don't think it's even worth buying it. Like
Yeah, but also, what do you think about, like, have you seen any rumors recently, or have you kept up
I've
with
seen a
some?
little, but not like too many.
Well, they're saying we're getting a lot of Revenge of the Sith stuff, which of course that makes sense. We're in a
Right.
year of Revenge of the Sith anniversary, and we're also getting a MIDI scale Kylo Ren shuttle for the 10th anniversary of the
Wait,
Force
what?
Awakens.
Really? Interesting.
Because you gotta have a 10th anniversary for the Force Awakens. You only give them one set for that, so there you go.
Very.
But I think that we're getting a UT-AT with some Galactic Marines, is what they're saying. 2 battle packs. One's going to be one of the more expensive ones, like the Star Core battle pack, and then the Night Troopers from Ahsoka.
It's not so bad. Could be worse, but better.
Yeah, it's like a $30-$40 battle pack, the Star Core or something, and then the Night Troopers, and just some other stuff. At first, they were like, "Oh, we're getting a $50 clone turbo tank," and then they're like, "No! It's a rebuild."
Yeah, that's the only thing I would have bought. I don't even know about the Mygeeto set that they were talking about.
Yeah, the UT-AT, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I was talking to my brother about it, and he doesn't think it's worth it. And he's probably right because he's big on Clone Wars, knows like a lot of stuff about it. So
we don't even know what these are gonna look like yet.
I just have a feeling they're gonna mess up how it looks though a little too. But
yeah, and then the MTT from Clone Wars is one. They're saying that Clone Wars MTT, the blue and gray. So I don't know, but
I'll believe it if they release it. I just don't think they can do all of it. That's all.
they're saying this is all coming out, so it's kind of.
Maybe.
And then the $50 clone turbo tank changed to like it says now rebuild the Galaxy set from the show. So we don't know what it is.
That's kind of weird that they would announce it and then take it back though.
Well, now what the rumors or leakers, whatever they said, it's not a rebuild the Galaxy. It's not a turbo. I don't know. But what do you? Oh, but you said you do you like the January wave?
It's pretty solid, I would say, compared to like most waves we've gotten.
But the craziest thing to me is we are skipping March this year. It's now just January and then May.
Oh, really? They're doing that now? Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I don't understand some of their business marketing. It doesn't make sense from a logical perspective.
They're dropping the 2 Django sets, the helmet and the slave one, and then the Kylo Ren shuttle chopper. I think the the buildable chopper.
That's not bad actually.
That
might be the best thing that they drop, maybe.
And then the MIDI scale, the Kylo Ren shuttle, and I think that's about
it. That kind of depends. I feel like how they
it. But I'm excited. Of course, the main thing, the UCS Slave One, Django Slave One, will be cool.
Right.
But I hope it is. But they say it's gonna be good. I hope it is. They better be good figures, or it's not worth it. That's what I'll say. But Django and Boba.
You gotta have the balance between the set and the figures and the price and everything, and that's hard to achieve now. So.
I think it will be good, but all right. So You are also a Star Wars fan. Like we were talking about Lego Star Wars, but you're also a big Star Wars fan, and you told me uh because we've been doing that on building and chatting. You told me you like Skeleton Crew. Do
Yeah.
you and what do you think it's a breath of fresh air for Star Wars, honestly?
I will say this. First of all, I like that they did something PG, like for the younger
Yeah.
audience, and that I really like the storyline, like the storytelling. You don't see a lot of that, like in that's well done, very much. And we've never seen like a treasure hunting tied to the Old Republic lore a little bit. And they make
Hmm.
characters. I mean, the characters are funny. Like it's funny. It's more amusing. Like it's not fully
Yeah.
battle packed. Like they have a good change between the storyline and the action and everything, like the storytelling overall. But
Yeah, I've me and Sky we do it. Skyren we do it every Wednesday. They come out Tuesday night. We do them every Wednesday for the lives. But me and him just have fallen in love with Skeleton Crew. We're like, it's one of the best shows they've ever done.
I
I
honestly place it really high right now, but I haven't seen
mhm.
the latest episode, so
6 is good, but all sixes, the new one. I'm just gonna say it. It's basically just a way to show how they get off of the of out of like Takranad's vault and then escape that planet.
yeah,
That's
5
all.
was really good. 5 might have been the peak episode so far.
Yeah, 5 was really good, but 6, all it's them getting off that planet. That's all you need. But
Yeah,
it, but
that's
I
true.
there's good moments in 6, so I would definitely. And it's a little shorter than the other ones, so you could get it done and very quickly. But it
Yeah.
was really good. Skeleton Crew. I tell everyone this. That feels like the OT. It feels like the whimsy and like the adventure of the original trilogy. It has that Lucas
It
charm.
hasn't you can feel the enjoyment watching it, unlike some other
Yes,
stuff.
you could just well, the only other way I got like that was Star Wars recently was Andor, Clone Wars, and Bad
Yeah.
Batch, Bad Batch
Honestly,
because
those are my, like, top ranked ones too.
yeah, and
And
man,
maybe Boba Fett. I really liked Boba Fett.
yes, I don't get that one why people hated on it so much.
Well, and
I
The
thought
Mandalorian were solid. The only ones I didn't like Obi-Wan was okay. The Tales of the Jedi was okay. I mean,
I will admit I did love Tales of the Jedi. Did you
I
see
like all the First Order movies and everything. Rogue One is good. Like, I think it's just some of the shows that are not as great.
the and then let me I like Boba Fett a lot, and I think it gets more hate than when it
Well, it's
deserves.
very
I
different. I think people have trouble analyzing, like, the history behind it, and the filmmaking is very different too.
mhm. But I would understand Boba Fett a little bit changing a bit after having such a near death experience. Like death can change a person. I don't think people really thought about that too much either. Like the feeling that you could die, like he could have died at any moment. That being that close to death could get anyone feeling the way he was. So
Right.
I could see why the change that did, but you got Boba Fett back. You and they were setting more up, and I wish it gets explained more with the Marshal and stuff with Cobb Vanth because
Yeah.
they just left that on a cliffhanger too. So, but yeah, I but I would say this year for sure. It looks like it's going to be a good year to be a Star Wars fan.
Are
We
they
got
doing Mando again? Another season?
they're doing the movie.
Oh, really?
I know that's next year.
Because I
It,
thought I heard this rumor they had, like, 11 seasons planned or something, they're gonna release one, like, every year or something for the next few years, but I don't know if that's true.
whoa. I know the movie's coming out next year, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Okay, that'll be
Uh
interesting, yeah.
but I don't I Sky said something about a season 4, but I don't know if they're actually doing that.
I mean, I know Andor is coming. Andor's, I think, by far
Yep,
my favorite of, like, all time besides Rogue One, maybe.
it's next year. So
Yeah.
people were freaking out about Andor recently because they said that they spent 650 million on season 1 and 2 together but for it, but I'm sorry, you had a good story and you put the money where the story's good. Andor's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Andor's,
And
I think, been the best since like The Mandalorian and everything.
and they fit and they used the literally they had the budget for both seasons already down and figured out. The budget, they already put the budget in for those 2 seasons. So
Right.
they were filming them like back to back. So
Right.
I'm excited and now we're able to get K2SO again and Andor as like figures again and
Yeah.
all that, and probably get a more accurate looking one to Rogue One because it takes place right up until Rogue One, like right
Yeah.
at the.
I'm
So
hoping they do a lot of sets, but we'll see.
I think I know we're getting the buildable K2SO. They said that's coming.
Right.
Then the U Wing, and I think
Yeah.
one more. And so
I
that
was hoping they do some like Imperial like battle pack or something. They haven't done anything since like the Battlefront stuff.
yeah, I'm excited for. There's going to be a few Andor sets, maybe 3 to 4. So that's got me excited because like I was watching MNR's vlog. He like ordered like every Star Wars figure from like
Oh,
99 to
right.
the big haul he got, and he said only 3 figures for Andor. There's more figures for Jedi Adventures and Resistance. How sad, Lego. How sad. It made me laugh, but it's like true. Andor should have more figures. Like, come on now. But because it was good, but uh, we can.
You know Skeleton Crew, like what was it, the 4th episode that Al Arcan, the destroyed planet they went to?
Yeah, like at Akron. Yeah, yeah.
It has I think I'm gonna do like a project, a building project on it because there's some stuff they don't talk about in the show, which I noticed like how each side, like one side was backed by separatists before during the Clone Wars, and one was backed by the Republic. I don't know if you noticed that with they have the
Hmm.
separatist tank and the weapons are Republic for the other side. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a little like build series sort of like on that. It's interesting, you know.
No, it is, and like the thing is, like I love the intrigue of this of Skeleton Crew, the mystery, and
Yeah.
then after seeing the show, because I was like, this show really has to impress me to get the Onyx Cinder. I'm getting the Onyx Cinder set. Like the figures are accurate to the show; they look just like the characters, and then the ship looks exactly the same. I'm not spoiling episode 6, but Lego could bring us a new version of the Onyx Cinder. That's all I'll say. Episode 6, you just have to watch it.
Right.
But there could be a newer version of the Onyx Cinder that we'll see maybe next year or 2 years from now because something happens with the Onyx Cinder where
Oh,
we might get a new variant of it. That's all I'll say. But I'm excited that they do that. But yeah. Um but I actually here's another good one. Because I know you are really into minifigures, right, Cosmic? You really
yeah,
like
let's just say I've been buying too many figs over the years and not enough parts, so it's an issue, yeah.
get ready. What figures would you want Lego to make? What would you want, Cosmic?
Oh, I gotta think about this. I mean, if we're talking about like Skeleton Crew, I will be honest, some of those bounty hunters that are hunting them down are kind of like sick if they made those. Like they don't make a lot of
Hmm.
bounty hunters anymore, you know.
Hmm. Yeah.
I don't think they'd be their designing might be a little hard to make, but I don't know. Like the aliens, they have a variety of there's some new aliens and stuff. So
Yeah. I would love the Brutus, the wolf
that's the
dude.
one I'm thinking of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like him in like a battle pack or something like of a ground
Hmm.
like force to them would be interesting maybe.
And I think because of how well Skeleton Crew is doing, like it has been said, that it has been successful or enough to where Disney deems it that way. I think there could be a green light on more Skeleton Crew sets
Yeah.
coming later because of the good reception and that people are actually liking it.
Yeah.
So, is there from any other era or any
I mean,
other?
Andor, like, all the figs in Andor are very solid, like, there's a lot of stuff
Hmm.
they could definitely recreate that only customs companies do, especially for some of those, like, Imperial figures.
Yeah,
Um,
I was thinking about one for Andor because we haven't gotten a version of her in a long time. I think they could do a Mon Mothma as well for Andor,
yeah,
like a set. I don't know if it would fit with the U-wing or whatever, but I feel like because when was the last time we got her? It's been forever ago. I can't even
yeah.
remember. So you could do Mon Mothma for sure. That'd be a good one, or some other rebellion leaders. And
I feel like, they've done a lot of figures, but there's
yeah,
a lot of stuff they haven't done from the recent shows, like,
yes. Oh, you can go. I'm sorry.
I mean, like I feel like Andor is very, like, just underrated, like, all the figs in there, like, especially I'm kinda biased because 'cause I've gotten more, like, into Imperial, like, fig buying, but they have a lot
Hmm.
of Imperial figures that are only created by customs companies.
Yeah. Uh, the um, I can't remember the dude's name. It was the guy that kept wanting to get Andor, track him down, and because he's in the ambush on Ferric set in like the gunship, Imperial gunship one. The guy in the blue, the outfit, the blue.
Oh, they're like what are they called? They're like that corporal,
Yes, but I can't remember
like,
his name. But you could also do his outfit when he's on Coruscant, or in the
yeah,
like
like
the
the ISB stuff is what I was
yeah
talking
the
about
ISB
that.
yeah. You could do ones over in there with whether like at the ISB they're working there and stuff too. There's so many ideas. I
Yeah.
definitely I definitely think we'll get that female ISB officer, the one that's wanting to track down Andor at all
That
costs.
one's a decent figure, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's so many ones you could just pinpoint. Like I could get you could get this and that and but it's but Andor they better knock it out of the park with some of those for season two.
Yeah, I mean, if like, in just my collection, I have, like, all the First Order figures I need. Imperial figures, I have way too
Mhm.
many, I have enough. Rebels, I have a good bit, like, I have a pretty, like, well-rounded amount. There's just only, like, specific figures from shows I would maybe want that only customs companies do. Like CAC, there's a lot of clones that they do that are not really, like, well-known and stuff like that, but everything else I think is well covered and everything.
Yeah. I just think because they're cool designs, I would want some from like the Tales series.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah, that's fair, yeah.
the one I really do want because we've gotten Ahsoka and stuff, but it's from Ahsoka's arc. I want is it the sixth Inquisitor? The Plague Doctor
Oh,
mask one? That would be flipping off. Even though he died, I would love that. That was just such a cool figure. Like the way that look like that is one of the most like menacing Inquisitors I've ever seen.
I
And
think
having
there's
like
one custom of him, but I forget who sells it.
but yeah, he
He
would
would be
be
very, like, good to have if they could do that.
because and then I guess you could do like Bear Safi and her Inquisitor outfit from Empire, or uh, Morgan Elsbeth's been made already. You don't need her with her art. The one set that would be cool though. I know Lego would never do it because it's just a dark scene. But Grievous slaughtering all of the witches in the
Oh, you
tales
mean on Dathomir,
on
right?
Dathomir, Tales of the Empire. Yeah,
Yeah, if
that
they do, Dathomir is very underrated, like, I feel like they need to do something on it, like,
because you could get like the child Morgan Elsbeth and then get Grievous like slicing people. I know
I
like I
don't know if
wouldn't
that'd be kid friendly though.
18 plus cosmic. But I just would
That's
love
an iconic
figures.
scene for sure.
well, any scene with Grievous is iconic. I'm a Grievous stan, okay? I mean, I gotta rep my boy, but uh, it's Rex and it's Rex, Grievous, and like Cal Kestis. It's like, come, give me more. But
Especially like from Fallen Order, there's a lot they haven't done.
mm-hmm.
Only customs companies. I'm telling you, the custom companies are doing better than Lego. They probably make more money than Lego in some cases.
I see a lot of customs. I'm like, but me and Skyrim make a joke all the time. We're like a Star Wars fans. We can't afford anything else. We can't. But it's just
I
like
mean,
it's
I've bought more
um
stuff that
yeah.
from like CAC than from Lego, I think, over the last few years. Like, and I
But
haven't ordered much from CAC, but I've like gotten more.
yeah, I get. I'm
Even Jonak, I
just.
think, too. Yeah.
Mm,
I really want to order from TMC though. They do like Star Wars and military stuff. They have some
ooh.
really nice accessories and like I'm really trying to get the Mimban troops and I can get them from Hall of Bricks or TMC. So like there's some unique stuff that only custom companies sell like that.
Yeah, it's just there's cool customs, but
That's the
I you,
price. That's the issue, yeah.
yeah, because sometimes it's just like for just one figure, it's like I could get like a
I
set
mean,
or some
look at
more.
CAC. What is it like 20, 30 range? That's almost a full
Yeah,
set or battle pack.
that's
Yeah.
it's a battle pack or a full set. Yeah, and that's what it's just expensive.
I need to get
To
more figures in that, obviously.
mm-hmm. But wow, I agree with you on the series because I think only besides like we only got two Bad Batch sets, one Boba Fett set, and then a lot of Mandalorian because it's just popular. People buy up the Mandalorian,
Younger age group, yeah.
but it's just so like disappointing that I wish there was like one more Bad Batch set and you actually get Crosshair in the right armor or something because he was the Imperial Crosshair and well. And then the Justifier. That Justifier was cool with Cad Bane and stuff like that. But hmm. But besides that, there's been no Tales of the Tales series ones. I mean, there's been
Yeah.
no. And then Andor, we're finally getting more. But this, I mean, the only thing I was surprised about Cosmic is they actually made a Skeleton Crew set. I was like, they actually did one.
They made it early too. They
I
followed
know.
people
Yeah, I guess Lego was more confident in it than Disney was.
I don't know. I think they're just analyzing their business stats a little better than they were before.
Yeah, but no, that's cool. But have you been doing a lot of mocks recently?
I
Or
mean, um, I've been more like I think what I'm gonna do is like this is something that I think most people don't do. You know how there's so much Star Wars out there, right? I think what my focus is gonna be, instead of doing things that people have done, I'm gonna try to do like build like planets and like battles and stuff that are not well known to like provide like a source of like inspiration sort of and to like better represent. There's like so many planets that people don't know. That's why I like being in SW Factions, one of the RPGs I'm in. They do a lot, they cover a lot of planets you've never heard of. So you like learn a lot of stuff and you get to build for a lot of targets that are not like well known. That's what I'm gonna do with the Skeleton Crew planet. I've already planned it out. I'm gonna like go back in time and like do a small like build series of different mocks showing like the two sides like before when they're supported by the Republic and the Separatists during the Clone Wars.
nice, nice. I think that would be like I would love to see some Skeleton Crew mocks. Some people that would still be really fun. Uh, I would want more mocks that from other people too. Where it's
Yeah.
just like go over stuff that people haven't talked about it in a long
I'm
time.
getting more into like landscapes too, less like figures, more less just like building like landscapes and stuff.
Nice. I I did like I think you saw it. I did like some little like Imperial base, like snow base, and I landscaped it, or there were like holes in the snow and stuff. But it's just like I just had a big bag of like extra parts. I was like, well, let's see what I can build with this. And I built this little empire base, like it's on top of a mountain, and it's like getting snow blown in through it and stuff. It's pretty cool, but I can do it. I like you all too. That's just like I like to add detail, and sometimes when you want to do detail, you need a lot of
You got
pieces.
it. The mistake I made is I try to go too big when you can achieve more when you go small.
hmm I but it's just like I worked with what I had, and then
Mm.
I made it pretty cool. But it's like, there's so many things you could do. Like
Yeah.
Star Wars is so vast. Yeah, I mean, you could literally just have Starkiller pulling a Star Destroyer down. No, I'm but no, I I'm a Force Unleashed fan too. I do. Force Unleashed is great. I just miss like that era where you could just have there were all these good things
Yeah.
out there, but now it's just like you get what you get sometimes.
I really wanna do a lot of First Order too. I have, like, a pretty
Mm.
big First Order army now, I would say. So I'm
What
looking into that too, but
what's like your hmm, what's like one of your favorite planets from the sequels, like First Order battles, or like what would where do you like to go to?
Takodana? I don't know if I butchered
Ooh,
the name, but I really wanna build that, like, that's one of the things I've been considering.
the
Crate on
temple.
a bigger scale would be nice, but it's been done. I mean, this has all been done in the past a lot, but I wanna do, like, a new spin sorta on it a little bit.
Yeah, like that's such the disappointing thing with the sequels is they had so many good locations. They looked so great, but the movies were just like the locations were great, but the movies were bad. But just
Yeah.
they just weren't that good
There's
as
there's some decent locations, yeah.
yeah. Like I feel like they did great with their scenery, but the story was not the best for those. And
This is true.
but I would enjoy. I like Takodana. Yeah. Um, I feel like there's a lot to do with that as well. Cause
Yeah, like, I get a lot of ideas, but since I'm so short on time, I have trouble, like, even getting anything done. So that's why I like it. I'd prefer to be more involved in, like, collabs with specific groups because there's, like, a different motivation there.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna do more for Rancor, I'm also big on Downfall, which is, like, after the, like, fall of the Empire and, like,
hmm
on in history, there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been well done there. And then Factions is sort of like Factions, I'm actually gonna be doing a lot for Pentastar, the Imperial Remnant group, I'm gonna start doing stuff for them, which is
Nice.
interesting, it's pretty underrated, like, it's been done, so a little bit. And then I'm doing this new sort of espionage stuff for the group I'm in, the subgroup, it's called Brick Security, it's a custom place, they're like, ex-Imperials and, like, bounty hunters that are converted into, like, a corporate, like, company system that, like, protects people's interests and resources and stuff, and they, like, hunt down people and things like that through storytelling and things.
That sounds like my type of. That sounds like my type of business right there. But
Yep.
but I it always me. Just it's like either like it was Rex Grievous and now Cal, but I always was like into the bounty hunters. I'm like a
They're
Cad
pretty
Bane.
underrated. I try to do a bounty
Yeah.
hunter build once in a while if I can.
Yeah, like Boba Fett, Cad Bane, Django, Boss, Jengar, like all he, Cad Bane, the group Cad Bane had in Clone Wars. I'm just blanking on names
That's a
right
good
now.
one, yeah.
But it's just like all of them, it's just like and the bounty hunter pursuit ship from that time. I loved all like that bounty hunter stuff. I
It's a pretty underrated part of Star Wars, like,
you
especially when you look at all the planets that are bounty hunter based, like the Hutt cartel. I wanna do
yeah,
the Hutts eventually too, so like the Black Sun organization, there's a lot.
there's so many. The
That's the
I
thing, I just, like, sometimes go on, like, what is it, Wikipedia, and just look at planets and their details because there's just so many planets, and I have no idea, I'm just trying to, like, learn about a new planet or something.
yeah, just to me, if I did like mocks, I love the Lego style that they did with like the dioramas,
Yeah.
like the
Those are
base. I would more rather do like a diorama scenes, like scenes for me, than like
right.
actual planets and stuff. But I have some really good ones in my head that I can make, and I'm excited for it. I would be excited to do something like that because there's so many good moments, and then it's like sometimes I think the mop builders just don't really go into the scenes. Sometimes it's just mainly like
Yeah,
they'll have the scene, but
more
it's in
custom sort
yeah,
of thing, yeah.
it's in the, like the scene is there, but it's been on. It's in like a massive like mock, like a big like Coruscant or a feed
Yeah.
like you Rancor did, and so
That's the
it's
thing, I don't think those builds are always worth it, like, you can achieve something small that has a lot of detail and good quality.
because I
Sometimes you
would
lose that in big builds, you know?
mhm, because I would just love to do because there's a lot of good ones from Mandalorian. I think would just
Yeah,
be
the Morak
great.
refinery's always been on my list, but that's really complicated, for the moment.
Hmm. But it's like if you just do like a simple like scene type thing, you could really just do like you could just have like that a room and that of that, and then barging in like to the clothing facility there or something, or in the one I have ones for like mainly a lot of season one ones, but there's some season three stuff as well. But the thing with season three that I actually like is Lego made a lot of the big moments from season three, which I was surprised by. Because when you actually look at it, there are a lot of the bigger things that happen in season three in Lego now. So I like that too. The spider tank and all, and Bo-Katan, and
Yeah.
it, but yeah, I mean, I would be excited to do like for me, it's the movies and like the shows. Like I like to do stuff with. I would love to do more. If I would do it, more Bad Batch stuff for me. I love the clones and Bad Batch. So, but yeah, I like your ideas to do. And I think First Order and like sequels, people don't do it much anymore. I think that's pretty interesting idea too. And you can mix it up as well.
Yeah. I wanna get more into, like, storytelling and fig barfing too, because I feel like that's important, but yeah.
It's just for me sometimes it's the like you said too, it's the time to make a mock rather than more that you could just sit down and do
I
it.
will say I've learned finally to destroy stuff and improve it after working on a 2-year project that I released recently. It You gotta learn, like, the patience of building a lot of stuff, so
Yeah, it takes time. That's what we recommend to anyone if you're wanting to be a mock builder. It takes time. Don't rush it. You'll get
I
there.
mean, I there are some people that are really good that can afford to build something really quick, but they might
Exactly. Yeah.
overlook something still.
Yeah. I just take your. I would say for mock builders, especially newer ones, take your time, and when you want to display when it's ready. Like because it's the thing with mop building that I've seen people do is especially with maybe the custom figures people make as well. It's just like sometimes you just wear yourself out wanting to make
Oh, you
more and
mean
more.
burnout? Yeah,
Burnout,
that's
yeah,
what that's the thing I don't have to worry about because I don't build a lot. That's the drawback, though. Like, when you gotta find a medium. Like,
exactly.
I don't have to worry about burnout because I'm not building a lot, but then I regret not building enough, you know?
It's just the same thing with YouTube. It's just like if you
Yeah.
also, but if you're making something that you think will make you popular instead of something you want to do, you're going to burn out quicker as well. Make what you want to make, even if it's been done before. Maybe add a new twist to that or something. Just
Yeah.
make something you want to make and that makes you happy because because then if you're actually making something you like, it's gonna show, and that you'll get more in the audience from
It's
that.
about the passion,
Exactly, exactly. And we were talking about this last night too on our well, last night when we were recording, but when we did the home one building on building and chatting, we were just saying, you got to be passionate and you got to do what you love, and then people will come to watch you do what you love, and so it takes time, but you'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Time is in your favor usually, though.
Yeah, it's not
You just gotta take
always
advantage of it. Skill comes with the better use of your time and the effort you put in using your time.
exactly. Well, Cosmic, I or Cosmic or Alex, but the final part of this a podcast, because this was our main topic that we want to get into. We just did a few fun side ones just to talk about some stuff, have some fun. Because and also I know you like a lot of that stuff too. But Cosmic, uh, I think you also want to talk about Rancor as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna throw the floor to you, or pass the floor to you, pass the mic. And
okay.
what did you want to talk about the history of the lug, and how it came to
Yeah, it
be
goes
and
way,
all
way
that
back in the day, for sure.
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away?
Specifically, I think the date was, like, June 16th, 2020 when it used to be called SW Lug or Star Wars Lug.
Mm-hmm.
So, we established we wanted to do Star Wars. So we want to be a Star Wars lug for all types of Star Wars, not just specific. Some groups are very specialized in this theme or movie or specific collab they want to do or stuff like that. We wanted to do like a wider range. And the way like I remember starting it, um, I mean we had a basic Discord server, like nothing crazy. Like it would get the job done. We had to make that. And
Yeah.
I can thank Brickley for that, a German guy that I know that's been actually building up our Discord server for the past few years, so now it's like a professional level. So big thank you to him because it
Mhm.
took several years, but he started on that. The members were mainly like YouTube people I knew because those are the main people I knew at that
Yeah.
time. So a lot of them were builders from YouTube that were pretty well known. Like DP Bricks, Bogan Bricks were the main ones that I remember. There was a good bit. Yeah, so kind of we were kinda just forming the lug, so we were talking about, like, structure, what type of collabs we wanted to do, how we're gonna do recruitment, um, social media type stuff. I mean, we were pretty good on YouTube when we started, I will say, like, getting, like, videos and stuff out. We had a little Clone Wars collab, I think it was, like, Special Forces or something. We did Endor and Andor. I think our Andor collab was the best collab we did in, like, the first 2 years of the lug sort of forming. Like, this is mainly during, like, COVID time, by the way.
Yeah.
The Andor collab was really well done because no we did it right after the, like, 1st season, like, ended and released, like, the next summer or something, and we had some pretty big builds, like, Finn had his big, the base on Aldani he did. We had some other stuff. JK Bricks did the Aldani heist scene. So we had some really nice stuff. Um But yeah, that we were, like, building up, like, recruitment. We were getting more members. It's slower pace when you start out, so you have to be patient. I was kinda, like, learning the ropes. I will say the one thing I do regret, when I first started out, there were some things I did not know. First of all, I was the main, like, person trying to do everything that normally admins and owners and everything do, so I was, like, doing too much and everything, and I eventually realized that our collab structure wasn't the best, like, we had maybe 5 builders for each collab. It's better than 0, but you have to have structure, storyline. Instead, the prompts were not, like, the best.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, YouTube was, I think, what kept us strong, though. Not really anything, like, much else because everything's still developing. It kinda took 2, 3 years to build up, our recruitment
Yeah.
and everything from then. We also had a lot of people, like, leaving to other groups. It was a very competitive time. So we kinda, like, held out. And like I kind of think about it like the outer rim. You were like holding out in our own outer rim sort of situation. There are a lot of like lugs and different groups. But yeah, I will say we really started to like kick off and everything. Once Finn joined, he's been by my side since then, been putting in a lot of hard work. I think he puts in more than me sometimes, which as you can see by his ambition, like he really cares a lot about the group more than honestly, no offense to anybody, but I think more than anybody else in the group, if I'm honest, since like the very beginning. But he joined more about like a year in. And then same for Brickley, who also has done a lot. They were kind of like the OGs. JK Bricks was the OG. There's a few that are still around, like the Lug OGs. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's changed a lot though, I will say. Like a lot of those people are people that quit YouTube and stuff as people transition from YouTube to Instagram. So I haven't kept in touch with all of them very well. But yeah, we were very like American and Australian based when we
Mhm.
first started. European, it took time and to get other countries and areas like with members recruited and everything. But yeah, eventually I think we took like a year break to like sort of revise the server, recruit more people, and just kind of improve everything, get more like situated after a lot of other lugs. The competition like time was over. They were like more like in their sleeper time, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, I will say we really restructured like a lot in the past like year to like Google form for application, reviewing applicants, collab structure, like having prompts, having a well organized different channels, lots of inspiration, giving a lot more like freedom to what people can do. Oh yeah, admins and everything. We started to have a lot of like more like moderators and admins and like owners, like split ownership. The different like positions we've had that to help with the structure more. But yeah, we're also trying to base sort around the world, right? So before we were very like online based, now we're like sort of opening up to like working with other lugs and communities and like spreading our convention displays like around the world. Obviously, we're very UK based because that's a good place to start, and then we're sort of going towards the US, Germany, Italy, uh, Danish countries, and then Australia possibly. That's where we're kind of like branching out. We're looking at working with some French lugs, some German like community servers.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
there's a lot. I'm trying to think of everything because it's been like 4 years, so I'm trying to like think
And
of
but
passing, but
if you all want to know how long me and Cosmic have been like friends, Cosmic, I remember when I had my old channel. I remember, hey, you told me, hey, Bounty, I'm thinking about starting a log. You were in the process of starting, and that's I know, and then you were like, oh yeah, I made it, and then it went through name changes and stuff, but
yeah, I mean, it went from SW to Rancor.
mhm.
We obviously had a logo change in between and then the name change
Yes,
and everything.
yeah.
But yeah, now we're looking more into like branding, businesses. I mean, we have sponsors. I will say we work with CAC. We are the first lug to work with CAC in the whole world. Big accomplishment we got last year with the Feed project in the UK. Plus,
Oh,
like kind
Clone
of like
Army, Clone Army, right?
Clone Army Customs. Yeah, we're the
Yeah.
only person sponsored by them. Like it's very hard to
Wow.
get a sponsor by them for projects. So yeah,
Hi
we're hoping to work
CAC.
with them in the future. We're
But
looking at
yeah.
other big companies. I mean, we're somewhat ambitious but not arrogant. I will say a lot of groups have gotten more arrogant, which is something we don't like in Rancor Lug. Like arrogance can hinder your build. I mean anything really. It's not even
Oh
a good
yeah.
thing to have as a person. I just don't like builders that think they're better than everybody else and don't want to help people and aren't
Yes.
really like caring about their contributions to the community and that are
Mhm.
causing issues. Like we've seen this in Rancor. We've had issues with like having to shut down the server because of people trying to like destroy the server or change stuff we didn't want changed. So we upgrade our security systems a lot over time as well to sort of
Yeah.
combat that. That's why we had to get our moderator team up. But yeah, I mean you gotta push through the hard times, and then everything will be good on the other side. I don't really know how to phrase it
It,
like this, but
to me, as soon as I knew about it, I'm like, get me in there immediately because I can help with like the YouTube, like as I said, I can help with the YouTube podcast, whatever side of this. And like you said, Finn, but I think also like I I think me too in a way. I care about it a lot more maybe than I think others sometimes I feel like others do. Because the thing is do you know what me and Finn have? We fully believe in you and we believe in Rancor. We fully believe in it. It's why we want to actually push it and
Yeah.
go further because it's like I know you all can do it. I believe it
I mean, we've
fully
shown
in
it,
it.
but there's a long way to go. We also
Yeah.
one thing that we care a lot about is builder improvement, just providing collabs, community. Like, we don't care a lot of
Yep.
as much about, like, displaying and, like, I guess sort of like, other, like, aspects of other that other lugs do. Like, we wanna be very unique, so we care a lot about our people. Some other groups, I mean, I'm not saying they don't care enough, I guess I should phrase.
Yeah.
Um,
I know I get what you're saying.
like, what I always say is we put our members and recruits first over, like, us as, like, the admins and the owner. Like, I try to have the best relationship of each and every one of them, get to know each and every one
Oh
of them,
yeah.
be there for them, whether they're involved in the group or not. Long, lasting relationships and friendships can have a really big impact
Oh
on
yeah.
really anything you do, especially in Lego. Especially, like, collaborations between, like, builders. Like, I really suggest even if you're not into Lug, just collaborating with other builders. There's a lot of benefits. Like, you'll improve your skills, you'll get to meet new people, you might end up
Hmm.
displaying and such, like, the opportunities will, kinda open up for you.
Yeah, and but also like the thing is like I'm never trying to cause any like division in it, and even inside of it, it's just like no, like everyone I've talked to in Rancor has been super nice to me. Like I joined and they've been nice. I've talked to some people. I help get people on Rancor, so it's like I really I believe in it a lot, and I feel like th- I know there's more to do, but I feel like for what you've already done, you're guaranteed to succeed
What
if you
we
keep
say right
doing.
now is we're just getting started, so you should watch out for us. Because what we're trying to bring builds and collabs to life and online, whether in person or whatever, that have not been really done before. We're trying to cover stuff that hasn't really been done or take a unique perspective or spin on it.
Well, I mean, I'd say I'd be kept a little in the loop because I need to know what you all are doing for this, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I've heard about like what you have plans, and it's like and that's the other thing too is sometimes some of the other lugs feel unorganized. You all have a plan. You all out know what you're doing. You know where you want to go. What Finn wants to do with his stuff. What you want to do, and the where you all come together, and then where we also now that we're doing this, the podcast. The thing is like you're reaching avenue. That's the thing I was saying. It's like you can just start to reach out to everywhere, and it really does help grow a lot bigger. And that's what I would recommend to people. But it's like heck, if you want to join Rancor based off what you see here, that's great because the one thing I could say wholeheartedly, Cosmic and FWW are Finn. You both are great guys. You both are good people, and a Rancor lug is actually a good lug. There's actually good people there, and the good thing is everyone in there respects or kind of cares about each other. There's always people checking up on each other or whatever, or showing off their builds. So it's just like, it's a good like community, but also a good space. Like if you want to join and
Yeah,
show
I mean,
off
we're a
builds,
safe
it's
space
good.
community first, essentially, and then a
Yeah.
lug, basically. Like, community is way more important than a lug, in my opinion. That's like the one of the major factors of a lug. You have to have community.
Well, I think the whole point of a log is to have a community based aspect. I mean, that group comes together to do the things that
Yeah,
you all do at like these conventions or
yeah,
things you are planning. And I know a few things you're planning or want to do later, and
yeah.
it's
Those are good.
exciting. It's exciting. I'm very looking forward to it. But is there anything you want to say about
I mean, we
Rancor?
want a big thank you to Brick Boss. He's our like main sponsor right now. He's a designer.
Hmm.
Really helped the Theed collab come to
Yep.
life with lots of parts and vehicles and such. And we look forward to working with him in the future. Big thank you to American Bricks for the Brick Fair collab. Supplied a lot of like figures and accessories. One of our main
Hmm.
sponsors. Um, I mean, sorry, I just forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah,
No.
I mean, we our goal is to essentially like kind of like we want people from all over the world. We want different perspectives, different beliefs in building, different skill levels, so then we can help everybody sort of improve, have a place to participate in collabs, have a community they can rely on, make friendships, and get involved in like greater opportunities that
Hmm.
we can provide. Like one thing that most lugs don't have is a lot of sponsorship, which we are getting. Like one of our collaborations in the making, we were asked by video game designers that are designing like that's going to be a very popular game to design their game in Lego, which I don't think many people have had the opportunity to do. And they're making several games. So they've asked us to design all the games in the order that they're releasing them and such. So I'd be on the lookout for that. We'll have a lot of stuff happening in the UK, in the US, and in Europe coming up. But yeah, as I say, stay ambitious, but don't be too arrogant.
Basically, don't basically what Cosmic's saying is he appreciates every single one of you that makes this slug great, and of course all the people that will join in the future that will make it greater as well. But also we appreciate everyone that supports the log through, like you said, maybe a sponsorship or helps the log get
Yeah, I mean, if
things
we
that
didn't
we
have
need. Yeah,
anybody in the lug, it wouldn't be possible. We appreciate like
exactly.
all the effort our members put in, all the effort our recruits put in towards trying to become a
Hmm.
member, and of course all of our admins, moderators, owners, everything sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be anywhere. So appreciate it.
Right, we're grateful for every single person in Rancor in any type of a way you are affiliated. We're thankful for all of you. But Cosmic, is there anything else you would want to say, or is that about it?
I mean, I'm always here for like to answer questions, help people
Mm-hmm.
they need help. So yeah, just hit me up kind of thing. Even if I'm busy, like I'll get to you. I like specifically make time. Like Lego is one of my main hobbies in life. I know most people have tons of hobbies. Like it's a passionate hobby for me. So I prioritize it more than most people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the same for me with like it's like once you get out of like the real life stuff, like you do your real life stuff, and you can come and do this and like the YouTube with Lego and stuff. Like I love it. It's great. It's one of the biggest things that's one thing I will say, Cosmic, about like Rancor, YouTube, all this stuff is that we're just grateful that we're able to do like kind of like a job where we could just play or build with Lego and do
Yeah.
Lego just as like kind of like a an actual like career type thing. We're grateful for that because it's like the support helps us do more of what we love rather
Yeah.
than something we
I
would
mean, I
hate doing.
appreciate like I've learned a lot from running a log, like a lot of life
Oh,
skills, a lot of Lego skills, a lot of different
mm-hmm.
skills. I've enjoyed meeting like every single person, working with every single person. Like it's good to build those sort of like long-term relationships.
It
Like it's
is.
definitely changed my life. I actually think like my passion is probably more in the lug than actual mock building, in my opinion. Like I would probably give up mock building to just focus on, like, the groups I'm involved in the lug, essentially.
Yeah, I I get that, but it's like I'm just glad to be here with this too, to help you all out with the podcast, because I know you and a fan for sure. You both are both, because with some of the changes that happened recently, you both are very like, you got a lot going on. So I was like, I'll help.
Yeah,
I got
it's
you.
like a job for me. Sometimes my parents,
Eh,
they tell me
yep.
to take a break, and I do, but like it's since I love enjoying it, I take it pretty I take it somewhat seriously. I'm not gonna say like super serious because it's not a job, but it's like it's an like obligation for me a little bit
Yeah.
to like
Um,
be here for everybody, help everybody improve, help the community improve and stuff.
Well, I mean, you work towards it being where you could actually earn money off of it too. So it's just like that's what you work towards with like the channel and everything. You work towards that as well because you want this to become the thing. Because this is why I was saying when we built the home one on our stream. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm passionate about it, but if I can make money off of building Lego too, that would be great. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So I'd be grateful to get to that point where it's like I would get paid for doing that as well. And it's just like I would, and with how our podcast is doing, I don't know how by this time, because we record these podcasts. I don't know by this time how big by this episode 3 it was going to be, but I
Yeah.
guarantee you, if your followers, it's going to get pretty big by this point. I would say so.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, you
just
gotta start small to grow big, right?
exactly, yep. But you all have the one thing I've noticed though, you all have a loyal fan base. You all have a loyal group of people that
I
will stick
mean,
by
we're
there.
also we're not trying to be the best. We're just
No,
trying to
no,
provide. It's a little different. Like we have
yeah,
ambition, but we're not like trying to be like we're trying to do what we think is right for everybody. Essentially, like in our community.
yeah. But I think like you know your passion for it and everything, and you want it to go good. You there's all I'm saying is just you have a lot of good things going on for you, and you
Yeah.
know, I want you to keep doing that and want everything to go well for it. But yeah, is there anything else you would want to say, or do you think
I
that's
mean, there's a lot of details I can't really recall, but
well?
yeah, it's been a good journey though. And we're gonna
It's
keep going forward until we continue to achieve our goals. We'll set new goals, you know.
we might even break those goals, do better than those sometimes.
That's
So
the plan, yes.
but yeah, but I guess after that, well, one more thing. What do you want? I have one more of those. It's a tiny question. What do you want for the future, or for of the life? Just like to go well,
Um,
or
Success is, I guess, important in some aspects. I mean, people when they see success, I mean that kind of helps us recruit people. They see a
yep,
stable community. Also success brings sponsors and like other resources for Lego in general. Not just success, our community growth is very important. Making sure
mm-hmm,
our community is well maintained and growing, getting more people involved. For
yeah,
after all, it's a hobby. It's for fun. We want people to enjoy what they're doing, not hate what they
exactly,
do.
yeah, because I just like you said, I've seen it happen in the Lego community where just people just act like jerks to each other, and then it's like, why? We're all it's over like it's still like a brick, but it's like I know as soon as like people get bigger or whatever, you start to notice they start to change or they
Well,
get
I
a
can
little
explain that ideology. It's
yeah,
basically you can summarize it in 2 words, like I've said, ambition and arrogance. When you get
exactly,
bigger, you get very ambitious, and that leads to usually becoming very arrogant because you're trying to achieve even bigger things when you need to take the small steps in between to achieve those bigger things. and you don't
Yep.
always need to be very arrogant to achieve those. Arrogance can cloud your mind, which
Yep.
it can
Which,
basically kind of like turn you into a person you don't want to be.
yeah, and that's what's happened to a lot of people. But like big things going on for Rancor, and I will say this because I know some of the things. You all have a big 2025 coming, so get ready, and we will talk to y'all later for the next episode because I know Cosmic. I know there's a lot more things he would want to say, but he just can't right now because it's a
Yeah,
surprise.
school's a busy time for me too.
No spoilers, but yeah, we will talk to y'all on the next episode. Thank
Of
you all.
course. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for supporting the log, and we will talk to y'all later. You all right? Bye bye.